Hey, welcome to It's Not My Fault. The ACCA podcast is not popular, episode 26, where apparently some nerds or some people that like anime and manga try to talk about what's been going on in the anime and manga and light novel industries. My name is Justin.
And I'm Helen. I'm your resident speculator in the anime and manga industry.
And also our manga reviewer.
One of them, anyway,
yeah. So, hey, yeah, what's up? What's been happening lately? What's with you?
Allergy season.
Oh.
And I've been binge watching the original Rage of Bahamut since I started the second season. I was like, you know what? I think I need to rewatch the first season because the show assumes I still remember every last detail, and I don't.
You need to remember the awesomeness of the first season, right?
Yeah. Although I've been enjoying the rewatch, the show just has some really nice layouts and cinematography at points, and it was something I didn't quite remember. And I'm enjoying the rewatch, at least, and this keeps me from resubscribing Anime Strike for a little longer, so I can save a little bit of money that way.
Making me think I should probably do that. But even though the thing is, it's probably gonna make me feel like I can watch the second season, but I got this first season I want to watch, and it's suffering. Mm-hmm. It's suffering right now. Yeah,
and I see everyone talking about, like, Kabukiku might be okay, Anonymous Noise, Grimoire Zero might be okay, and I'm like, oh, I want to keep watching. Then, Adam, I'm like, I really wanted to see that, but that was the day after my trial ended, so it's like, oh, I haven't tried that at all yet.
I think, let's see, was it Recreators I heard was okay?
Yeah, that one I'm holding my breath on, because I'm looking at the actual creators of Recreators and going, I'm not sure I'm going to like what you guys make. I'm going to wait longer to hear what everyone else keeps saying.
Like, I guess just wait till like the season's over?
It's going to be 2 seasons, actually, 2 cores. So I'll do my tried and true method of make other people watch it first.
You'll figure it out by, like, in 3 weeks from now, I guess, right?
Basically, yeah. I'm going to, once it hits, like, I think the 7-episode mark, I know a lot of people do a 3-episode test, and I generally do as well, but I was burned on Utari Wari Mono. Oh my god, that one. I think I got the name right. Where it was like, people were saying it was good, and I caught up with the show right around the 7th episode, and that's when it stopped being as good, so...
I'm not... Wait, what's the title again?
Utari Wari no Mono, I think? It's the False Faces one. One where there was... one version came out in, like, 2008, and then a second sequel season came out last year.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking...
It's been like a year since I've heard the message.
Oh, wait, Utaru Mero? Or, is it start with a U?
Yes.
Okay,
it's like UTA.
I think this is a title Sentai license?
Yeah.
Okay.
The FUNimation has the first,
We're on the right track.
But yeah, anyway, with that show, I caught up for like the 7th episode, and after that, it just stopped being quite as interesting. I was like, damn it. Well, that was also the one where the director was like, yeah, I didn't play the video game, because I don't want that to... like, infringe upon my vision for the show.
Well, I guess that's creative differences right there, I guess.
But he made it less good. It wasn't as interesting.
Well, while you've been, I guess, binging on Bahamut, I've been trying to catch Bahamut. Rage of Bahamut, Virgin Soul, just to make...
No, I was watching Genesis, not Virgin Soul.
The first season, sorry.
Virgin Soul is the sequel with the horny dragon girl, who is great.
Yes. Like, there was so on Twitter, I think either yesterday or today, they ended up, like, swapping her out with 2B from Nier, the recent Nier series. So, yeah, I think some people are having fun with that show. And the game, too. I heard the game's really good.
I just see people constantly crying about it on my Twitter timeline, so I think that's a sign it's pretty good.
Right. But while you've been, I guess, catching up with the first season, or rewatching, I should be more accurate, I've been trying to catch up with some of the other spring stuff. And I'm not really doing a great job. I've really just caught up with more sequels, honestly, than any new stuff. And then I guess some of the stuff I watched, like, in the last podcast that I talked about, Sept the Royal Tutor, I need to watch that this week. Like, I caught up with My Hero Academia, which is, I don't know why, I found this season really awesome. First season was really good, but the second season is off to a pretty good start. I don't know if I could accurately describe why.
For me, the first season definitely had some pacing issues. It just kept going a little too slowly. And I'm feeling that as well in the second season, but some episodes are doing better. Like the episode from yesterday, I felt like had a really good pacing to it. I didn't feel like we were stretching anything out at all. Except for like the really long introduction at the beginning of each episode being like, the world is filled with people with superpowers. And now everyone's trying to become a hero. It's like, yes, show, I remembered. That is the premise of the show. You don't have to remind me every time.
They need to remind that to make sure that, hey, you see this guy that's kind of like a wimp and everything, he gets to be a really great superhero. Just to remind
Even as a 10-year-old, if I was in the target age range, at least for this, I would have remembered.
Okay, so I'll go with that. I'll go with Attack on Titan Season 2. Like, I'm trying to remember because I've been reading the manga too. It feels like this has been made more gratuitous in certain areas in the manga, which is weird to say. And it's been a while, so I might have to look it over again. Like, there's some moments where it just gets drawn out, and like, yeah, we get it, and I guess it's fine in a certain sense, but it goes a little bit overboard, I think. But other than that, it's been pretty solid. Like, it's something that I don't mind watching every week.
Yep, I still haven't seen Attack on Titan, so my parents have still seen Attack on Titan before I have.
Wait, what?
I'm not sure how my stepsister convinced my mom and my stepdad to watch the first episode of Attack on Titan, but she did somehow at one point.
Well, does your parents like or watch Game of Thrones?
I think so. I'm trying to remember which parents watch which. I think so, but I should remind you, these are the parents who accidentally got me into anime and regret it, so.
Oh, okay, that's a new story. You need to expand on that someday.
Basically, my stepdad heard that my brother and I were still watching Pokemon when we were in middle school, and this is when he was my mom's coworker, and he gave her Spirited Away on DVD, and we found my mom watching Spirited Away on the computer, so my brother and I watched it with her.
Oh, no. But it was a Ghibli film. Those are always, like, stuff even regular people watch.
Yeah, he doesn't regret that part. He regrets the part that I'm now a raging otaku.
Oh, no.
And yet they've still seen some shows that I haven't, so.
Wow. Well, the only thing is, like, I remember, like, when the first season of Titan aired, like, some were comparing it to, like, Game of Thrones. So, like, I guess that's, like, the comparison that gets thrown out there, and that might have, like, hooked people. I don't know. Maybe
it does sound like it has the same level of violence, although not the same level of sexposition.
Yeah, definitely not that. Definitely not that. Maybe if it was in the Seinen magazine.
Oh man, but isn't Attack on Titan known for having like kind of bad animation at points?
I know the first season definitely. I think the second season has been fine so far.
Or maybe I'm thinking of the manga, since I know the manga artwork doesn't look really well.
Okay. If you're talking about the manga, yeah, the artwork.
So I'm just thinking, man, that would probably be pretty awful looking sexposition then.
Yeah. I think the artist has gotten a little bit better, but like the first couple like volumes, you can tell it's rough.
You can tell this guy is primarily a writer, not an artist.
Look, just go to your library. I'm pretty sure Attack on Titan is popular enough as in your library.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen it there.
Boom. You'll read it and you'll see like, wow, this art is really bad. But it's effective. It's effective enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I also finally watched Eccentric Family too.
Woo!
I've only seen the first 2 episodes.
Oh man, you should see this week's episode because Ben 10 shows up and there's gonna be like a Tengu smackdown. Yeah. I am waiting for it.
Yeah, like it's just weird. Like it's just so long. Like this was like 2002, 2003 since.
No, not 2002, Justin. Like I was in college.
Feels like it's been a long time now.
I think it was like 2012.
Why am I saying 2002 for? Oh wow, I have some issues with years apparently.
Justin, we both would have been like 13 at that point or something.
Yeah, I meant 2012. My bad. But okay, if it was then yeah, it's been a long time. So I'm trying to figure out who are these characters again. I know you. Why? And then I remember. Oh right, there was that first episode. It had the freaking those 2 twins in the first episode, just being like crazy and stuff like that. But yeah, this has been an interesting start because you have you're obviously introducing a little bit of the characters again from Yasubiro's perspective, and then you get into I guess like the Nidame is back, and he wants to, I guess, reclaim his territory again.
Sort of, but he's also claiming he's not a Tengu, so it's like, what are you then?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, what is he?
I've seen some people theorizing that he might be like Ben 10. He might have been originally human and then turned like half Tengu, so...
Right. I guess that's possible.
And it would make some thematic sense as well, so...
Right. And then, of course, we got episode 2, where we have this random... I guess he's a human, but he knows Tengus... He knows how to do illusions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy. Which is pretty interesting. So, yeah, it's been fun. Looks good, too, I think. So, yeah, I'm happy that's back.
Have you tried out Sakura Quest yet, which is their other show this season?
Yeah. I'm up to episode 3.
I haven't seen episode 3 yet. I'm just kind of bored by it.
It's a fine watch to me. It is a little bit slow paced though, mostly because I guess it's trying to establish like, yes, they're really, really out in the friggin' sticks, and you have a situation where nobody in that town like has anything that they're supposedly proud of, except maybe one or two
turnips.
But that's it. It's just it's a really smallish town. So now the challenge is for, I can't remember her name, the pink-haired girl.
Pink being Mori.
Who's the queen. I could just call her the queen. I could just do it because that's what she is. She has basically a challenge on her hands, considering that she hasn't been able to get a job for a while. So I find some interest in it, personally.
Yeah, I heard that it's also supposed to be 2 courts, and I just don't see how it's going to keep up being entertaining for 2 seasons. So again, I'm just going to wait for some other people to tell me around episode 13 if it's still interesting or so.
I guess the thing is, what would you be looking for?
I don't know, since I just feel like I don't know, I don't feel like the premise is engaging enough to last for even 13 episodes to start with, so I'm not sure what it's supposed to dive into. And it's funny, like I saw some people pointing out on Twitter, a town of 30,000 honestly isn't that small. Like the town where I went to college, like, the school was 15,000, and the town was 15,000, and that felt small, certainly, but not tiny, or anything like that.
Well, I guess compared to, like, place like Tokyo, it's pretty sizable.
Yeah, but Tokyo is enormous in the grand scale of the world, and Tokyo also has 1/4 of Japan's entire population in there. That's not... You can't really compare that to anything except other big cities in the world.
Right, but that's the perspective we're supposed to look at this, because...
Well, no, it's like the characters in the town themselves say, yeah, we're a small town, only 30,000 people, and it's like, it's not honestly that small. Town size, still, sure, but...
Well...
Small is when you don't have a school for the kids in there. That's a town big enough to support schools.
Well, I guess it's just how you can... I guess it just depends on like if the characters can do something for you or something in the story can do something for you. You say, how many episodes have you watched?
I've seen 2.
Okay, maybe try the next episode, because I think either that will make it or break it for you. Honestly,
I don't wanna.
If you have time, just go do it. It only take you 2
minutes.
24 minutes. That's literally it. You can make, even though I'm an awful person to say this, you should maybe make time for
yes, you're an awful person to say this.
But okay. But yeah, I have been keeping up with that. I guess the last news show, and aside from Alice is Zoroku, which I still think is good. I still like Zoroku a lot. He's really awesome.
Yeah, I'm considering going back to that one, but again, it's like, I just don't know if I feel like watching slow-paced shows this season. I kind of want more of the big, bouncy action ones.
Well, I think Alice Zoroku's gotten a little bit faster, but, well, we'll get to that, I guess, if you ever decide to watch it again. I guess the only other news show I checked out was Kado, which turned out to be more interesting than I thought, even though it doesn't look very... in errors, it doesn't look very good.
Oh my god, it doesn't. Sure. I've been keeping up with that one. I think I described it as the world's slowest technobabble exposition.
I personally like it, though.
I kind of like it, too, and I'm ashamed of myself.
Like, even though it was, like, a lot of technobabble, like, I just feel like, I guess it's set up in a good way. Like, you have this guy who's, like, Kado, master negotiator and everything, maybe a bit too calm in certain areas.
Wait, the guy's name isn't Kado. The Kado's the name of the cube.
Oh, right.
Shindo is the negotiator.
Shindo, the negotiators. All right.
And the alien guy's the one with weird capitals in his name, so I'm not trying to say it.
Kasha.
It's like Zashuna or something?
Zashuna, something like that, yeah. Okay, Shindo. Yeah, he does display some human, like, yeah, if you're getting attacked by a freaking thing, like, you're gonna be, like, scared of that. That's true, but otherwise, he's been kind of, like, calming in a certain way that I guess works in a situation.
It also makes you wonder if a lot of hell's gonna break loose later.
Yeah, it's a little bit, yeah. You caught up with everything, right?
Yeah, I've seen the latest episode, yeah. And I also saw episode 0. Did you?
Yeah, okay, I did. And that might have been it, too. I think episode 0 kind of helped, like, as well. I wonder if you could have, like, skipped episode 0 and then just went straight to episode 1.
Probably, but then they're going to be introducing all these characters, and you're like, nope, no idea who that is. No idea who that is. Don't know why you expect me to know who that is.
Yeah, I'm thinking, like, I guess it was a good thing to have an episode 0. Just to, like, set the stage, and, like, you have, like, this longish episode where everything seems normal. Like, they're just gonna go on a business trip at the end. And
then suddenly your plane gets eaten.
Yeah. And then you have to... It's literally a crisis. But, like, some stuff I guess I liked, like, Zashuna, like, he just, like, has no... Like, he's trying his best to, like, I guess, get with, like, what's going on in this world. Demanding that, or I guess I believe he was the one who demanded that this entire thing be broadcast to, like, the world, right?
And the reporters are like, "Yeah, I love you, weird alien."
Yeah, like, this is like somebody that I guess, like, follows all the media. This is exactly up their wheelhouse, so, like, yeah, that's kind of accurate. I don't know, it's just these details that I kind of like.
His clothing is ridiculous, however. You're going to put on some more clothes. Okay, let me put on, like, 5 belts strung across my body and a cape. What is this, Final Fantasy or something?
It is totally Final Fantasy. Like, just, technically, like, it's just, like, what? It's definitely one of the advanced Final Fantasies, that's for sure.
No road trips here.
Yeah, no road trips, though. Just a cube. I guess the only thing is with that, like, he's obviously promising a lot of power and stuff like that, and that's obviously the sign where you're like, okay, gonna get this for what? What's the price?
Yeah. I feel like we're very jaded viewers here where we're going, this isn't gonna end well. This never ends well.
Yeah.
I kind of wish, you know how I was doing a panel on Toei last year about all their different shows and stuff like that? This is a Toei show, and I really wish this had come out before I did my panels, because, man, I would have dragged that CG animation through the mud. It looks still so bad. And I see so many people going, this looks like the best yet. And it's like, still not really. The Pretty Cure movie animation still looks better.
You have to show me that after this podcast.
Yeah, I'll show you the trailer. It's like in the trailer, like, it actually has a concept of what shading looks like.
Okay.
Which is an improvement.
Okay.
And it's funny because Kado keeps switching between, there'll be some 2D animation, you're like, this doesn't look so bad, and then switches to 3D animation, and it's like,
my eyes!
I was not prepared for this.
Right. But yeah, I guess that's all I've caught up to. I'm not sure if anything else I want to check out is an Anime Strike, honestly.
Yeah, basically.
Sorry, Crunchyroll. Sorry, Funimation. Sorry, Daisuke. Does Daisuke even have anything this season?
I don't think they have any exclusives this season.
I mean, yeah, they might have some, like, don't they have Eromanga? Oh, wait, Eromanga Sensei is on
Crunchyroll as well, yeah.
Yeah,
the one that caused Nemo-kun to drop after 1 episode.
Yeah, if you check out his weekly column on Niemo's Otaku Theater, he's been watching that show, and I believe he was at the start of the season or something like that, or when he, like, made his intentions known. I'm pretty sure I warned him.
We're like, dude, why are you doing this to yourself?
That. Yeah, and then I think after that I said, look, he chose this life, not us.
Yeah, you sent that out in, like, a group-wide email. You're like, he did this, not me.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. I know I said this somewhere. I don't think I tweeted it out, but, like, where did I say that? I couldn't remember. So he dropped that, and then I think I saw some screenshots of, like, either the episode 2. I don't think it was episode 3. I think it was episode 2 where I think the girl just really lusted after somebody's private parts. Just so I know, just letting you know, iTunes has this rating system, so I can't actually say it. But yeah, it was yeah, that series is something else.
Honestly, I see so many people who are like, yeah, I know where Orimo went, and I know where this is probably going, but it looks so good, I can't stop watching it. I'm like, judging y'all, like, at least admit if you want the incest porn, like, the underage incest porn, for God's sake.
Yeah, just watch bad anime like Magical Girl, what's that, Twin Angel?
Twin Angel Break, yeah.
That.
I was sad. I was like, oh, this might be interesting. Then I looked at the outfits, I'm like, those are boring. This is a bad sign.
Yeah, but I need my bad show, so that's why I'm watching that. I only watched the first episode, though.
Justin, I can introduce you to Precure. It's better.
But it's not streaming anywhere.
Well, we can show you Smile, what is it, Smile? Glitter Force.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's on Netflix. It's dubbed though, isn't it?
Yeah, and they cut some episodes.
Yeah, I'm not a child anymore. You can't make me do this.
It was not a fun dub to listen to when I listened to it with some friends. Yeah, the only good thing that came out of that Glitter Force streaming was that we discovered that you can now support like 14 people on voice chat on Skype now.
That's a interesting discovery.
It was pretty impressive. And you know what that means, Justin? It means we could have up to 12 guests on this podcast at once.
Oh God, let's not.
Yeah, let's not.
Anyways, let's. Yeah, I think we've talked enough about spring anime. Unless you've watched a couple other series.
I don't think so. I think I'm watching everything you're watching, and then minus some.
Then, I mean, I think we have some news to talk about.
Yeah, if you guys want to watch some stuff on DVD, oh my God, Hyouka has finally gotten licensed.
Wait, time out. Who uses DVDs anymore? People who need to use computers.
Fine, Blu-rays.
Okay. Fine. But yeah, it's also on Blu-ray. Yes, just to let you know, Hyouka came out, it feels like eons ago, but I think it was also 2012.
Yeah,
right?
2012. It was like the same season as like Aquarion and some other things. I think I was looking back at the chart, I'm like, man, that was such a good season.
Yeah. I think Kids on the Slope came out that season too, right?
Yeah, Kids on the Slope and
Suritama.
Space
Brothers, yeah. And I think Space Brothers started then too. Yeah, it was a really good season.
That was a good season for Justin and I.
Yeah, that was a good season. But like for eons, like literally, like everybody's been like, why hasn't this been licensed yet? Like I think even the Manga, wasn't a Manga, and yeah, technically a Manga part is streaming officially. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it was licensed too, right?
I think it might have been. I think that might have been one of the Crunchyroll pickups. And for those who aren't familiar with Hyouka, it's a KyoAni title. It's based off of the series of young adult novels, I think, or light novels, and it came out like again in 2012. Didn't stream at the time. And it's been, like, the only title from Kyoto Animation that hasn't been licensed yet. Like, even Nichijou got licensed last year, so that was kind of like the one holdout. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think even Muntio got licensed, and Muntio is not worth watching. So I'm really glad that Hyouka's coming out, since it's got...
Wait, Muntio?
Muntio, yeah, I don't know if anyone licensed the full TV series of that one or not. It's not worth watching.
Yeah, I heard that wasn't very good.
that one had some really varying levels of quality. But anyway, Hyouka, it's a mystery series, kind of. It's got, like, KyoAni's most sarcastic lead ever, basically. Like, he spends an episode trying to make up the most insane mystery he can, and it turns out to all be right. And
yeah, he is literally an antisocial genius in multiple ways.
He is an honorary member of this club. And they're even putting it out with a dub really soon in June or July, so they've been working on this for a while, so I'm glad I've finally got it. So that I can not have to worry about trying to find it again on the internet if I ever want to rewatch. Because that's why you get DVDs and Blu-rays, for object permanency.
Yep, and I like to think that it's going to eventually go up on their site at some point, right?
I would say yes, except I've been waiting for them to put Escaflowne on their site since like last fall when they finished the Kickstarter, and they still haven't.
Well... Maybe there's like a time window, I guess. I don't know.
I really want to watch Escaflowne though, Justin, and because of this, I'm like, Funimation doesn't always put their licenses up on their site. Please do it, folks, or somewhere on the internet.
Okay. I think the only thing is, like, I saw some complaints about this being in parts, but I think that's because it's just it's a 24 episode series.
Yeah, I think they're just doing like 13 episode chunks, so too. And they still do that with a lot of the new shows that come out as well, so that's nothing unusual. And they're going to have a bonus episode in there, which is really good, since I remember when I watched the show, I saw the bonus episode as well, since it fits into like the halfway point of the show, and I thought, this really helps the story, this really clarifies a few things.
Right. It's going to be nice, because it's been so long. Like, I can remember some details, but like it would be nice to like revisit that world again, honestly.
And it looks really great as well. I think it's my favorite Kyoto animation show just for how it looks.
Okay, on that perspective, okay. Alright. FUNimation also announced they got both Record of Lodoss War series, like the original and the Chronicles of the Heroic Knight. And for me, this is just like childhood nostalgia right here. So my summer, I think this is coming out during the summer or something like that. My summer is totally set. I think the novels are going to come out then. I guess that's when the anime is going to come out. My money, it is gone. This is what I'm going to devote it to, and I just might do a project on both of that, on all of that.
Hey, Justin, you should do a project. You should put some content on the site. You shouldn't let your drafts languish in the post folder for months.
See, look.
This is a call-out post for Justin's museum.
So look, I've been look. I have actually kind of finished that, but like I'm waiting back on something. So, and that's taking unfortunately a little bit longer than I had hoped. So it will get done one way or the other. It will. But I probably won't be. I probably can't wait any longer because this girl has been just demanding that like. I hurry it up with the Ghost and the Lady.
If you don't do it, I'm going to do a review myself.
Oh, boy. Yeah, we're going to have a nice little talk after this podcast about that.
About why it's great, right? Anyway, so yeah, Justin, do something on the Lodoss War, since I never saw it, since I was a literal child in the 90s, so I never saw it.
Well, this is more... the thing is, like, for Record of Lodoss War, it was literally on one of those obscure channels. Like, have you heard of the international channel?
Maybe, but I didn't get cable till I was 11, which was not in the 90s anymore.
I think I was... Yeah, I think that's when I had Time Warner. I think that's when I had it. Yeah, like this international channel, they aired some really weird stuff. How weird? They had Dragon Ball GT and Slayer subtitled.
That is pretty weird for American television.
So yeah, it was a once in like those weird channels that I should really do some research on that. Like, how is that even possible?
Do it.
But the thing is, like, it's so long ago. Who am I going to find to talk about that?
Do it.
Maybe if I can get like some sort of lifeline or some sort of like hint.
Use the Internet Archive to go look through old GeoCities websites.
Maybe I should do that. Yeah. But yeah, that's when I saw Record of Lodoss War, and at the time, that was like, holy crap, that was like this violent, like it literally had the most useless hero protagonist, and he just literally let these people die. That's like some of the stuff I remember. Like, yeah, I guess this is a spoiler, not a heavily significant spoiler, but a spoiler nonetheless. Like, there was this one moment where this old man died, and I was really torn up about it because it was so sudden, and the way it was animated was so tragic. Like, it was one of the first things I was probably too young to watch that, honestly. Like, the more I think about it, but yeah, it was good. Now, I've heard the Chronicles of the Night series was actually not that good, but when I watched it, I kind of liked it, but I admit I don't remember much about it, so it would be nice to revisit that.
Was that the TV series?
Yeah, it was a TV series. Like, after they had the original, they had I guess a sequel or something like that. And I heard it wasn't that good.
Yeah, since I've seen most people saying, "Oh, I'm really excited for the OVAs," but I don't really care about the TV series. So
yeah, those are some two good announcements: Hyouka and Record of Lodoss War. But on the anime side, that's actually kind of light.
Yeah, as you put in the show notes, Yen Press announced 1 billion titles at Sakuracon.
Like, I'm not even sure how to perfectly describe it, but like they've announced it. Like, I said 1 billion, but more like a zillion might be more appropriate. Like, where do you even start?
Well, I'm excited that ACCA 13 got licensed, since when I finished the anime, I was thinking, oh, I wonder how close it was to the manga. I wonder if the manga had a chance to explore any of the other countries a little more. And now I'm going to be able to find out.
Yeah, we're just bringing more Natsumi Ono into the manga world. It's pretty nice.
I feel like a lot of her titles have been licensed, though. Like,
yeah,
Pacified Leaves, Not Simple. I think some others have been licensed, too, so...
Yep. Like, I think it's always a good thing to have more of our titles over here. They also licensed One Week Friends, which did have an anime.
Yeah, I saw the anime.
That I didn't watch. I didn't watch it.
I did.
How was it?
It was okay. Not the best, but it was okay at the time. It's one I kind of forget existed.
Okay. That can happen with anime. They announced a Polar Bear in Love, which don't destroy me for those who actually like the show, but it made me think of Polar Bear Cafe.
Yeah.
Like literally that was the first thing I thought, and then the second thing I thought was, wow, didn't we kind of just talk about this in the last podcast about like this thing with humans and penguins? Well, guess what, Helen? We got polar bears and a seal.
Ooh, and a seal. That's unique.
Look at them changing the formula like that. So yeah, that's been licensed. We got more Sword Art Online stuff, which I'm not surprised in the least. I think that's gonna just like sell out as usual. The Monster Tamer Girls.
Is that the one where the girl's sitting like on top of a dinosaur on the cover? Yep, I am down for this.
That is exactly it.
I am down for this.
Terrified Teacher at Ghoul School. I guess it's another teacher manga in a school with ghouls and creatures and
it's
stuff.
Probably got Mons Girls in it too.
But that's 7 Seasons stuff.
They're infringing competition.
Though You May Burn the Ash, which has a girl with her butt on the cover.
Yeah, that's 7 Seas territory.
But that's Gem Press that licensed it. Too bad. Val X Love. I don't really know what this is. As Miss Beelzebub Likes, which I guess involves the demon Beelzebub, but I guess it's a girl now.
Now that's a Monster Girl story.
Okay, more Monster Girls. Grainliners.
You know, I actually read the first couple chapters of it because Tumblr was talking about it, and my god, that was a really, really slow start. I'm not sure if it ever got interesting, but it was a slow start.
I mean, how far back was this?
I think I probably tried it between a year or 2 years ago. I read like 5 chapters or so. It was one of those ones where I think it's got a really involved premise. One of those ones that's really hard to sum up with a single sentence. But it was just really slow burn start. One of those ones where I look at my Tumblr feed and I'm like, why are you all freaking out about this? Why?
Well, what do you think? Why do you think they did?
Pretty boys.
Hey, there you go. That's all you need sometimes.
Sometimes.
That's all you need. But you know what I need? Apparently, like
you need Detective Boys.
A Yama no Susume. I think that's what that mountain climbing one was called. The anime. I think that's what it was called.
Encouragement of the Climb.
I had English. Oh, Encouragement of Climb. That's right. That's kind of what Laid Back Camp makes me think of.
Oh yeah.
Even though
me too.
I don't know if it's gonna be like that, but at least if it's like that, I mean, I'm probably gonna check that out because I guess it sounds interesting enough. So I'll probably check that out. Angel Slaughter. I guess it's a pretty violent manga. That's all I can really tell you about that. And that's just a manga. That's all the manga announcements that I just talked about. And I did even mention the manga announcement to Saga of Tanya the Evil, but that's because it's also getting its light novel brought over.
Speaking of violent stories, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard differing opinions on that, honestly.
Yeah, basically what I heard for a lot of people was like, I actually kind of like this, even though it's definitely like alternative Nazis.
Right.
Apparently it also introduced a character literally called Mary Sue in the last episode, so...
Okay, maybe I should check that out a little bit faster than I thought. But yeah, I'm gonna check. I think I'm gonna give it a look now. But I'm debating whether or not I want to watch the anime first, just like check out the source material once it comes out. So I mean,
I'm told the anime is more entertaining. I'm told the source material is basically just a description of military weapons.
Oh, that's disappointing.
But are you going to check out the other light novels, like Regarding Reincarnation as a Slime and So I'm a Spider, So What?
Yeah, I've been meaning to keep track of this.
I'm not doing the spider title, guys. I am not doing the spider title.
Oh, okay, I guess I'll do the spider title. I was thinking, like, what light novels, like, have Yen Press released without, like, an anime or, like, manga adaptation to go with it?
Book Girl, they did Book Girl before the OVAs came out, which never came out in the US. And also the Kile ones, I don't think I've ever had an OVA movie series adaptation or anything.
Right, and I'm gonna kind of, I guess, be a bit more specific. I guess for Yen On's like input, since Yen On got started. As far as I know, I think the only title that doesn't have like an adaptation in any sense is Saikome, and I think the other title that that's forthcoming, is Empty Maria and the Zero Box. I think that's what it's called. Something like that. That's the only other title that I think is that doesn't have an adaptation to it. So I see Regarding Reincarnation as Slime. That's got a manga adaptation that Kodansha licensed, and I see So I'm a Spider, So What. Yeah, I'm curious to see like how these are going to do. Honestly.
Yeah, one thing I'm noticing is that we're also seeing more licenses over here of novels that started out as web novels, like Sword Art Online, Log Horizon. I know both of those for sure started out as web novels, but I think the Spider one also started out as a web novel, so maybe it's a little less interesting over here, more interesting that, hey, more web novels in Japan are getting picked up by traditional publishing companies. Oh, and Death March, that was also a web novel. I remember that because I was having trouble figuring out who the publisher was when I was doing the review.
Oh. Well, I guess web novels are getting... I guess web stuff is getting popular in general.
So if you want to have the next big popular anime, kids, go write a novel on on the web in Japanese.
Yeah. Or, yeah, if you just want to get your stuff, get it licensed. Like, I think of, like, just more general, like, One Punch Man, which started as a web manga, and now that got redrawn by the artist of Aisho 21. 7 Seasons lesbian experience title that's getting released. Didn't that start?
That was on Pixiv. Right? I know. That's why I read like it online. Because I thought, oh yeah, this is never going to get licensed. Boom.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of never getting licensed, actually we even. Oh, wow, we're about to skip this one. I guess that's how kind of seismic this announcement was. Okay, you gotta hear me out, guys. 7 Seas licensed Monster Girl Doctor. Monster Girl Doctor is in this imprint called Dash X Bunko. They also licensed Yokai Girls, which yokai monsters. Both those are monsters. That's 7 Seas' alley. That is serialized in Young Jump. Wait a minute, you just say Jump?
Jump.
Yes,
Jump.
I said Jump. Those are both by Shueisha, and if you look in the history of manga, I mean, generally speaking, most of that stuff gets published by Viz because they have the rights to it. So if it gets published,
well, it's because Shueisha is part owner of Viz, so they get right of first refusal, I think.
Yep. So yeah, just in general, like it's few and far between that you'll see a Shueisha title published anywhere. Like even like 7 Seasons published stuff like Orange. And gonna publish Dreaming Sun. I think that's coming out in May, I believe. So yeah, it happens. But they ended up licensing To Love Ru.
Trouble.
They licensed both the first series and then the sequel. And literally, I did a spit take. Because I was like, wait, what? This is literally like this is impossible. Like they literally just made the impossible possible. Just so you know, this is the title that Kentaro Yabuki of Black Cat fame did for Weekly Shonen Jump, and then literally just went off the rails so much that his title got put in Jump Square. I should be more accurate. He teamed up with an artist or an author. I forget the name. I think it's Saki Hasemi or something like that. But yeah, Darkness is serialized in Jump Square. I will admit, I read To Love Ru.
Justin.
Yep. I read, it was, the one I really shown on Jump was actually pretty normal. To an extent. Darkness, however, I never actually read it. But you can literally just search it online. It is literally porn.
Literally porn or literally boring? Which did you say?
Literally porn.
Okay.
I don't know if it's boring, but like, and the stories that I've heard that talked about that one, it is like if anybody even tries to review it, good luck. Like the To Love Ru, like just the one that was shown in Jump, you can do it. It is possible. There are plenty of hair manga that have been reviewed, and it's doable. Darkness, good luck, because it is something else. But I just getting that part out of the way. This has been that one title because of its content that we were pretty sure would never get licensed here.
Well, 7Seas does publish like the raciest stuff over here.
Right. That is true. But because we've had this knowledge that Shueisha mostly would just, or Viz have their relationship, most titles would never actually go to any other company in the West. So just to see, not only just seeing this To Love Ru announcement, but then these other announcements too that I mentioned, Yokai Girls and Monster Girl Doctor. I can only assume that like Shueisha's relationship with 7Seas is either has changed or I'm not sure. Something had to have happened because this wouldn't have happened either way. And then
Kodansha got Battle Angel Alita, not the sequel series they've already been publishing, but the original.
Right, and that was in Business Jump, and that's a Shueisha thing too.
And this is the license rescue. Viz published it originally.
Right. So yeah,
and it's funny going online after this. I saw a couple people chatting on Twitter, and they were saying, "Oh, this is kind of weird. I heard X from them for why it wasn't getting published for years. Really, I heard Y." So it sounds like there's like some even greater weirdness going around this one being licensed. So it's like, I wonder what changed. I wonder why. Although it sounds like it's gaining popularity over there. So,
well,
or maybe the James Cameron movie adaptation's finally moving.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Like, they've been talking. Yeah, they've been talking they've announced cast members for that movie for a while.
That must be it then. With the movie moving forward, they must be like, oh, let's get this out there. Let's actually do combined marketing.
Yeah. See, that could be a driving factor, but still, like, you would think that would go to something like that would go to Viz, but it's not. Kodansha's releasing it. So
well, Viz doesn't really have a mature manga line these days. They publish shoujo stuff under Shoujo Beat, and they publish shonen stuff, of course, but they don't really publish many things aimed at older readers anymore, and they used to up until fairly recently. Yeah,
they had the Icky signature, or Viz signature.
Yeah, that's one I was thinking of. But yeah, they haven't done anything like that in years.
Line. And then, like they've released, I know they released some seinen manga. Like they released, I mean, you could say it's probably more shonen, but Tokyo Ghoul is in a seinen magazine. They're gonna come with Golden Kamui this summer, which is serialized in a seinen magazine as well. So it's not to say that they don't publish seinen manga, but yeah, I don't think. And then they also have the Urasawa. No, is it Urasawa? Oh yeah, I think Keaton is Urasawa, right? Yeah, the Master Keaton stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess they do publish some seinen manga. It's not to say that they don't, but they haven't like published it like in the volume that they used to. I can only think that's because it's not selling.
Yeah,
that's all I can think of.
And Kodansha's like, yeah, we're somehow making Josei work. Let's go for this. It's not Josei, but let's go for the older audience.
Yeah. 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 Like, but I guess just to say back to the point, like we went to this like years, just to put it out there, like years and years of companies publicly and privately saying like that they can't publish any stuff without like Shueisha's like with approval and stuff like that. Like literally, like I remember like Prophecy, that vertical license. Like I believe that was in a Shueisha. I'm pretty sure that was in a Shueisha magazine. But the only reason they were able to license it was because they met the author at a convention somewhere in France. That was literally the only time. Like that was one of the reasons they struck that they were able to publish it. Otherwise, it was kind of like this thing where other publishers just can't publish any of the stuff. That's why for years we speculated that's why Silver Spoon is not getting licensed, and To Love Ru also is not getting licensed.
Someone please get.
Now this opens the door. This opens the door.
And also to let you guys know, Seven Seas recently redid their website, and one of the things they did is that they're going to have a licensing survey every month. And so, if it follows the way they did it in this month, April, hopefully Justin will get this out in time that it's still April, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, you can suggest up to 3 titles that you want them to license from any publisher, any length. They're saying, just give us what you're interested in, we'll sort it out later. So, hey guys, go submit stuff, go tell them stuff you want to read. Go tell them ways that you can give them money.
Listeners, why is Helen being so mean to me today? Like, jeez.
Helen's cranky.
Why?
Helen's sleepy.
Please get sleep. But yeah, this is. I feel like this is a. Oh, and also I should point out, Lisa Patillo. She's a production manager at Seven Seas. She said this is the tip of the iceberg on her Twitter account.
Bring it on!
I'm just like, what?
Bring it on!
What could you possibly surprise us with
Silver
now?
Spoon!
If it's Silver Spoon, I am going to literally get on a plane. I got my tax money. I'm going to get on a plane, go to your office, and just literally just do the worst. Actually, that's too far.
Wait, Justin, do you have a passport?
That might be going too far. Seven Seas is in California.
But she remotely works from home in Canada.
No, I'm going to go to
so you'll go to their office, not her apartment specifically.
I'm not going. No, I am not going to Lisa's apartment.
Oh, but she's got such a cute dog that she posts on Twitter. She's got such a cute dog.
Look, I am not getting a passport just to thank her. I'm sorry.
Yeah, passports are kind of pricey. I got mine recently.
It's just not. Yeah, I'm not doing it. So yeah, I think we talked about how big that announcement was. We should probably go back to like other announcements that actually happened, which are smaller somehow in comparison.
Well, Kodansha licensed even more stuff. They did some more digital-only licenses. Days, which that's the soccer manga, right?
Yep, it is the soccer manga.
And then Domestic Girlfriend, Great Teacher Onizuka, Paradise Lost, and is that Tsuredure Children, or is that supposed to be Tsundere?
Tsuredure Children, that's what it's supposed to be
Tsuredure, okay.
That's getting an anime in
It's
July.
a new type of dairy.
It is
not a derriere, dairy.
It may not be like a, well, okay, I can't say. I don't know if it's like exactly a thing.
I have no idea what that word is.
Know. Yeah, I don't know. But, so yeah, I've watched, I mean, okay, I know, okay, I kind of know, or I'm familiar with all 3 in its specific ways. Days I watched the anime. I personally like the anime. Even though it's really just about this kid who has absolutely no skills except running.
Wait, is this the night?
I still find it.
I'm getting confused. There's so many soccer manga out there. This isn't Night in the Arena, right?
No, this is completely
and it's
different.
Definitely not Giant Killing.
I'm pretty sure the character in Night in the Arena actually has soccer skills, I think.
Okay.
The main character in Days has literally none at the moment.
Okay, so it's that one.
And then what was the other one you said?
Domestic Girlfriend, I think. I don't think.
No.
Great Teacher Onizuka.
No, the other soccer title.
Oh,
Night in the Arena,
Days, and Giant Killing, but they've already licensed Giant Killing.
Okay, Giant Killing. Yeah. They're completely different.
Giant Killing, the one that needs multiple soccer editors in Japan.
Apparently, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm familiar with that. GTO Paradise Lost, I'm actually reading it. It's not quite as good as the GTO originals, or even I'm not even sure if it's as good as Shonen 14 Days. But it's Onizuka. I still like it anyways. So yeah, we came out with that. I don't know if I want to purchase the digital editions of it. And I'm familiar with Domestic Girlfriend, but in the different sense. The author, Why am I forgetting the author's name? Okay, I forgot the author's name. But I do know the author, Good Ending, which I actually read a long time ago. It was probably one of the weirder romance manga I was reading because it involved this really, like this, the personalities in that manga were really aggressive. Sometimes in interesting ways, sometimes in angrier ways that kind of take away from what's going on. But that was so long ago. Like, all I remember is that back then, I don't think it was looked upon as all that fondly. But yeah, that's licensed, or Domestic Girlfriend has been licensed. So my suspicion is that's going to get an anime.
I looked at it and I'm like, wait, did they already license this? No, I'm thinking of like the full-time wife escapist or something. It's like...
Right.
Everyone, they've all been licensing too much manga.
Yeah, and then Tsuredure Children, which I don't know nothing about, except I think I saw Jenny McKeon talk about that, and then she said she likes it, so maybe that... Jenny McKeon's a translator in the manga industry. She likes it, so maybe I should look out for that. And I guess the anime is coming out too, so... Go for that too.
And then also in interesting news, BookWalker, which is a store, it's a web store. They're not a licenser usually, but they've got some titles on there in English that have never been licensed in the US, like Mao. Anyway, they've gotten a 6-month exclusive license to The Combat Baker and his Automaton Waitress light novel series.
Yeah.
Which is interesting on multiple levels. Partially that they told us it's a 6-month exclusive license. That's unusual.
Yeah, that's rare. I don't think I've ever... like if you're licensed for territories, you can say that, but then when you say it's a 6-month exclusive, and then I need to bring it. I had to bring out the press release again. They noted, if I can get this right, they noted that although the translation costs for these light novels will be fully funded by BookWalker, the English language translation rights will belong to the original publisher, which I believe is Hobby Japan.
Actually, that's something I wanted to talk with you privately, because I've been noticing some interesting things in the copyright pages of stuff I've been reviewing recently. About translations belonging to their original licensors, yeah, but that's off-the-record talk. Sorry, folks.
If you say so. Okay, if you say so. I just thought, like, when I saw that was weird, and then, like you mentioned, like, the exclusive, announcing it's exclusive is super weird, like, how many pots are in this hand or something like that. Like, who, like, is this, like, what does this mean? Like, is it only going to be available to buy for, like, 6 months?
Or is it going to be available elsewhere somehow after 6 months? Are they also going to try to put it on, like, the Amazon web store or something?
Yeah.
Or are they going to sub-license it out to Yen Press or Seven Seas and have a physical release as well? We don't know. This is new.
Yeah, it literally just makes me wonder... Like I feel like I should just ask, like, hey, BookWalker, you said some interesting things in your press release about your title. I need some answers. I would like some answers for some of this.
I mean, you've got their email, so.
Yeah, they may not tell me anything though, so it is what it is. But I guess at least I did my due diligence.
You know, this is funny, since in the past we've accidentally called them a licensor, and they've been very firm saying, no, we're not a licensor. But this time
that's
it
true.
seems
I
like
remember
they
that.
almost
You reminded me of that.
a licensor, so...
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. That is true. Like, I remember, like, I mentioned that, and they said, no, we're not a licensor. We're just a bookstore. And then they also said that there's going to be more light novels that they're going to offer in this way. So I'm curious to see what they're going to bring over. I guess it's more Hobby Japan stuff. So, like, for those who follow Hobby Japan, I guess, like, give us a list or something of what they could potentially bring over.
We need it for our anime bingo next year.
Right. And then we've talked about so many licenses that we didn't even talk about the other stuff Seven Seas licensed.
Wait, did they license more stuff that we forgot? Oh, oops. Yeah.
They licensed. I put this like most. I did this jokingly because I put it in. I in the notes. I crossed it out as a joke.
I was wondering why you did that.
They had more interesting and significant announcements, but they also announced this. I don't know what Nirvana is.
It's a band, Justin.
I guess. Okay, if you say it's a band, then it's pretty.
Weird
important.
Al's done some covers of this stuff.
Oh, that's interesting. Actually, I didn't know that. That is interesting. That is an interesting.
Wait,
tidbit.
are you serious? You don't know that Nirvana is like a band?
Look, I am not that musically savvy.
Dude, this thing is older than you.
Like I don't even know. Sorry.
Oh my god.
So we find out about Helen's, like how Helen got in the anime. Now you all find out I'm not that into music. There you go. But okay, that's I guess they announced, but the significant one was they announced that they licensed 2 Perfect Blue novels. They announced want to make sure I get this right. Metamorphosis, which is the inspiration for Satoshi Kon's film, which I should actually watch, and I haven't watched it yet. And then Awaken for a Dream, which is apparently different, but it features the author's main style, I guess. And I feel like that's a pretty significant license. And actually, it would have been a more significant license if Seven Seas didn't decide to go crazy this week.
Yeah, and it's interesting, especially since Perfect Blue isn't licensed in the U.S. currently, I think. I don't think any of Satoshi Kon's works are currently licensed here.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I know
right?
you can stream Tokyo Godfathers in a couple of places, but I think that's it.
You might find some, like in random, like, used sections, you might find Tokyo Godfathers. I think Paprika is licensed though, because I remember I got a Blu-ray for that. I don't know if it's out of print. I can't remember who actually licensed it. Let's try to.
Was that Criterion? Maybe.
I have no idea. I'll have to actually look for the box. But other than that, I think you're.
And these are legit novels, right? Not light novels.
Yeah, these are just like novels. These are novels. Novels. So yeah, Seven Seas is like, they're really getting into this novel business. Like they go like the only thing I can say is like I'm going to assume this is because of the Monster Girl stuff.
Using all their Monster Girl money to buy different things.
That is my theory. This will forever be my theory. Seven Seas, refute me if I'm wrong. Yes, I'm calling out a challenge.
Do they even listen to this?
I have
probably
no idea. Not. But yeah, I wouldn't have expected that to get licensed. Honestly, that's it's gonna be hilarious that I'm gonna be able to read the manga before I actually watch the film.
Novels.
I mean, sorry, the novel before I watch the film.
See, I think that was just about all the licensing news or anything that we were gonna cover. So it's on to weird news time.
I think even no, not weird this time yet. Just some more. I guess you could say, hey, U.S. companies, look at us doing all this advertising for you guys. In France, they have these award series, the Manga Awards, and Children of the Whales, ReLIFE, and Shuriken Pleats won awards in their respective categories.
I'm curious what award Shuriken Pleats won an award in, because that was kind of dull.
I'm assuming it's Shoujo.
Come on, did they field nothing else better that year? Y'all have Yona the Dawn license for one thing.
Hasn't Yona the Dawn? I think maybe that came out before Shuriken and Pleats in France. I guess I don't know.
I'm judging you, France.
I have no idea.
And I'm jealous because this now means that France has gotten a license of ReLIFE, and I really want that manga to get licensed over here.
We do have the manga licensed here.
Physically, Justin, physically. Because Crunchyroll hasn't updated in like 9 flippin' months now.
Well, that Crunchyroll's manga service isn't all that well.
Please refer to my tweets earlier today, Justin.
But okay, yeah, and then once again another point, I guess, in Children of the Whales' favor, kinda, since they also said Shuriken and Pleats also is an award-winning manga.
The hype is building for Children of the Whales.
Yes. And I think this is we could talk about this too. ReLIFE, in addition to winning awards, it's also getting another anime series?
It's only getting 4 episodes, and it's going to be next March. I think they're releasing them all on a single Blu-ray or something. But yeah, the plan seems to be to do another 4 episodes to wrap up the whole series. Which is interesting, since the ReLIFE anime ended, like, end of summerish, and the whole, plot of the story of ReLIFE is that Arata is reliving a year in high school, and school years in Japan end in, like, March, so they've still got over 6 months to cover, so I'm kind of wondering how that's all going to fit into just 4 episodes.
Yeah, I actually decided to look in the forums for the article.
Yeah, me too.
And they were wondering if this is going to be an anime original thing.
I saw some people wondering if it might be, if they're expecting the manga to end around that time, or a little earlier so they can kind of coordinate to have the same ending instead. That seems likely to me. And I had a person on Twitter chime in and say, a lot of it's filler, you could probably cut it and not lose much, so... But I know that there's definitely some character backstories that didn't get covered by the anime that you would definitely want to cover. So it's like, I wonder how they're going to do this. And now we got to wait, 11 months to find out.
It's going to be a while.
Yeah, it's going to be a while.
And then I think this was also going to be a Blu-ray DVD thing, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think that's how they're doing it. I don't think they're putting it on TV.
I hope. Yeah, so I kind of hope Crunchyroll can still get the series for that.
And also, remember, Funimation's licensed the show to put it on DVD and Blu-ray as well, so I hope that they can just, put that on as well.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I think we talked enough about really, news. Let's kind of end this podcast with some odd news.
Do we want to do the oddest first or the oddest last? I vote for weirdest last.
I'm going to go with the order that I wrote. Okay, and I should probably point this out. This is actually not that odd.
Yeah, the first one's not odd.
But it's Gosho Aoyama, who is the greatest, one of the more famous manga artists. He's the Detective Conan author. He and Yuki Suigetsu of Chihayafuru teamed up. Yay,
Chihayafuru!
And it was very cute. They actually got together in a room. They ended up literally took a board, some sort of panel board or something like that, where they could actually draw on it, and they drew their sides of their characters. And this is this is to prepare for the Detective Conan film, which I think is already. I think it aired already in Japan. Crimson Love Letter.
Wait, are you telling me that the movie it crosses over of Chihayafuru or something? Or?
No. Sorry. No, this upcoming film involves Karuta.
Oh, okay.
It involves Karuta, and then I guess as a promotion they decided to team up on that.
Oh, it looks like it's a Shikishi on one of the autograph boards.
Okay. Yeah, it was cute. Mm-hmm. It was really interesting. And then just to see the praise and stuff like that, and it's just something that you wouldn't think of, honestly. And as for me, I'm watching Detective Conan, and I obviously very keep up with Chihayafuru, so it's just that, and it's something I would never have expected, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always funny to see what kind of weird crossovers they get in Japan. You see all the anime characters promoting a convenience chain store and all of these things. It's really funny since you don't even really see that equivalent in the US that much, so we kind of forget, oh yeah, a lot of this is pretty commercial.
Yeah.
But it's still funny.
Yeah, it's still funny.
Okay, and then we've got Yukata Yamamoto, aka Yamakan. He's at it again, guys. I don't think he's even trying to save anime this time.
Yeah, I think he's far removed from actually trying to save anime. I think what was the last thing he even did? I think
Wake Up Girls?
Yeah,
I remember. I think some folks said that they went to a panel with him at a con, and he couldn't even remember all the Wake Up Girls' names.
To be fair, well, okay, I didn't watch the show, but there probably are a lot of girls.
But he made the show, Justin. But yeah, so he's telling people, he's promising he'll unblock them on Twitter if they donate to his new film.
And I'm just like, wait, one, why would you say this? And then two, wait, you're crowdfunding a film? Why?
Because clearly no one else wants to finance it.
Yeah, I think I can't speculate if he got kicked off of Wake Up Girls, because they're doing a sequel of that, but what is he, what is happening to him, man?
He was never that interesting, honestly. He's just weird.
Like what? Like he started with Kanagi, right? And I heard that was like the show.
That was kind of boring.
Where people, I don't know. I heard like differing opinions of that.
I saw it. That one kind of went off track towards the end, but I think it was based off the manga, so I never knew who to blame for that. So
yeah, it was based off manga. So well, yeah, who knows, right? Although actually, it might have been an anime because I think the manga was still going at the time. So it is what it is. But yeah, I heard I got a little bit notoriety for that, and then of course he got notoriety for different reasons for Fractal.
Oh, Fractal.
But no, since then it's like he did Senyu, I think that's what it was called. This really short. It was a kind of funny-ish night show. It was a short show that he did. It was a while ago. But he did that, and then he did Wake Up Girls, I think, and I don't even like. He's done some weird stuff. He says some weird stuff too. It's very odd, his trajectory, honestly.
And this has been your bi-yearly What Is Yamakan Said This Time update.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna kind of get out with this. And just to let you all know, I actually did. I usually I'm very thorough with stuff. I actually like to read things through. Literally, I just looked at the title. Man forced to breastfeed alien baby manga has been created. That's all I knew. That's all I want to know. Honestly.
Well, men can actually breastfeed. No, seriously, in real life, yeah, they can. I mean, I forget how you have to induce it, but yeah, it's like mammaries in general are produced before, like, some of the other, sexual characteristics are developed.
I think this is definitely a wrap-up of News of the Odd Variety, boys and girls.
News of the Odd Variety. Justin didn't pay attention in biology class.
That is, yeah. Yeah, I think we should probably wrap this up. I think this has gone on pretty long.
Gone on pretty long. So on that happy note, if you know of other weird stories involving men having to breastfeed alien babies, please send them to us at TheOASG _ _OASG at twitter.com.
Do not at me at Twitter at Kami _Nomi. Please don't.
You can at me at Wandering Dreamer. Feel free to do it.
Yes. Feel free to actually comment on the episode. Let us know how we're doing. Check us out if you listen to iTunes. Give us a rating. Give us those 5 stars, please. Let us know. Don't be shy. Did I do enough begging?
Tell us we should cover more weird news.
Just ask us normal questions, please. Just do that.
And hopefully next time we'll be back with a full series review as well. It sounds like there's maybe a series or two Justin and I have in common we can actually talk about.
Yeah.
Hey Justin, watch more Dragon Maid. Watch more Dragon Maid. It's cute.
I think we're gonna have to discuss this private, copyright thing that you want to talk to me about. How about that?
So, see ya, folks.
Otherwise, bye.